Okay, you ready? Here we go. See what this is? It's a pickleball racket. You could pick up a hat. Some of you have hats. Some of you, the minute somebody pulls this up and I say on the description, you need to move more, play some pickleball. They'll just go, I can't play pickleball anymore. So I'm saying if you don't have a pickleball racket, pick up a hat, pick up something around you that you can act like you're fanning. It could be a fan, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get going with our pickleball racket. And we're gonna simulate a lot of moves, but before I start to do that, I want you to understand we're going to take the element of the ball out of there. So what does that mean? That means I don't have to go fast. I don't have to be reactive. So if I step like this and I drop like this, a lot of times what I'll do in that movement, I don't care if you have a hat. This is a wood pickleball racket. It's heavier, as Kathy can attest to. If you have a hat in your hand and you step forward and you're going to hit something with that hat, you know what has to be prepared for you to do that swing and for you to hit the ball? You have to prepare here. So what does that mean? That means you need to brace, okay? Bracing gives your swing real support. And if I step like this and I go to the other hand, I'm switching back and forth because I want to get both sides. But I want you to understand before a ball is coming and I'm going to hit it. So get your hat, get your racket, and you go into this, but then I want you to think about how are you hitting? Okay, so we're getting warmed up because we're going to do some other weight training moves. However, as Kathy will tell you, and anybody who thinks, oh yeah, let me have some fun and let me just really swing this object all around, go ahead and do that. Do you see how I'm standing? I'm not just standing like this and going like this. I'm going to step forward and swing across my body, and I'm going to come back. And I'm going to swing the other way. I'm going to step and go this way now, first and foremost. But here's what I want you to ask yourself. We've taken the element of the ball out, so we don't have to worry about it going just right, okay? But what you do have to worry about is setting your posture, thinking about your posture. So when I have my hand in my racket in my right hand, which is my preferred hand, okay, and you're going to do a backhand, it's going to be the same kind of a thing. See how? If I'm going to do a backhand, I'm going to step and I'm going to go across like that, and I'm going to hit the ball right there so that it'll go over. If I hit the ball and it goes that way, then I'm in trouble. But see, we don't have to worry about that right now. So what I'm trying to address is your body position when you do these moves. So there's my forehand. Then I come back. Here comes the ball again. And I'm going to step and I'm going to go across my body. See that? And I'm going to come right here. But I'm thinking all the time now, what am I doing with my body? How can I support the swing? I have to drop my shoulders. Hi, everybody coming on. I am using a pickleball racket, okay? And some of you are going, oh, I can't do that, whatever. Yes, you can. We're using this to warm up, and I'm giving you the basics of swinging a racket, whether pickleball, racquetball, tennis, and a lot of the stuff happens at the core level. That's what you have to hear. So let's go back again. Let's put it in this hand and take a swing. And we'll go across and we'll take a swing. And when you do that, so this is my left hand, okay? I'm gonna swing and I'm gonna step with the opposite foot, okay? I think Nancy is on, so this is for you, Nancy. Wherever your racket is, or wherever your hat, if you don't have a racket, pick up a hat. And if you swing it, you're gonna step out with the opposite leg, okay? Then I change it to my left hand. I'm gonna swing it, so I step out with my opposite leg. And as it goes, see, I'm working in all kinds of planes of motion to do this sport. And where we get into trouble is we don't realize that this is a weight. And if you go swinging unsupported in your swing with your core, then you get into trouble, okay? So let's go back. Here we go. It's in my preferred hand. So your hat's in your preferred hand. You step with your opposite leg, and as you swing through, you drop your shoulders. You brace right here. You bend that knee, okay? You come back. And now the ball's gonna come, and I'm gonna come over here to get it. And so I'm gonna step with that leg, same leg, or if I step with the opposite leg, it doesn't matter. Don't get too worried about it because we don't have the ball. I'm trying to get you to move. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna hit, okay? So I'm still doing opposite. It's just to facilitate the swing and to do it quickly, okay? Back and forth. And back and forth. So when you do this kind of a thing and you have the time to set your core, you're going to have a much better experience and not kick up injuries in your joints. But if you're not going to go out there and play, you're thinking, well, why do I want to do this? This is such a great motivator for people who have enjoyed that kind of a sport. So now it's in my opposite hand. This is my non-preferred hand. This is going to be very weird feeling to you. So it's in my opposite hand. I'm going to do that forward move to hit the ball. And you have to think in order to do the backhanded. So if the ball's coming here, see, I'm going to go backhand and go this way. So I'm going to step out with that same side. Here comes the ball. I have it in my non-preferred hand, and I'm going to turn. But here's what you have to think about. Dropping your shoulders, staying in a real good postural, neutral posture. And the biggest thing that you need to hear whenever that you're doing any kind of racket sports is you have to brace gently. Bracing is very different than pulling your belly button in. It's very different, okay? Okay, so here's my racket. Now I'm gonna go this way, this way, this way, this way. I'm gonna rock back and forth. So we're gonna use it a little differently. We're just gonna use it instead of a ball, instead of a weight. It's a gentle weight, but what am I doing? I'm shifting, I'm releasing that toe, shifting, releasing, shifting, releasing. Keep your shoulder down. Some of you have your hand out here and you've taken your shoulder totally away from its socket. Pull the shoulder in, drop your shoulders, step wide, bring it right to here. Don't lock your arm, keep it soft. Brace right here. What's the difference in bracing and just pulling your belly button in or hollowing in your tummy? What's the difference? Act like somebody's gonna punch you. When somebody's gonna come and punch you, that's gonna be very different than just pulling your belly button in, okay? So once you've understood that, now you start doing this with a tight, braced core. Now I can bring my little racket, my hat, out here, and I'm opening and closing the gate. See that? just like that. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push and lift my toe up. I wanna lift my toe up, very important right here. Don't let your toe drag. Lift your toe up, drop your shoulders, lift your toe up, drop your shoulders, lift your toe up, drop your shoulders, lift your toe up, drop your shoulders. And see, I'm just keeping my paddle upright, and I'm keeping my hand perpendicular. Just like that. My palm is not up, my palm is not down. It is perpendicular to the floor. Okay? So right now, as you're shifting and opening and closing, drop your shoulder. Take a breath through your nose. Lift your toe up, 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 breathe. Breathe through that nose. Okay, couple more. You should be feeling it right now. And bring it back in. Were you feeling it here? You should have. I know it. You would have never thought to maybe do that with a pickleball racket or a hat. Or if you don't have those things, you could have a book, a light book, a magazine. Now take and put in your other hand, okay? Other hand. I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna act like I'm gonna hit it this way. And then I'm gonna act like I'm gonna hit it this way. So I'm gonna do little changes, act like I'm gonna hit it this way. This is in my opposite or my non-preferred hand. So just understand that when you start doing anything in your non-preferred hand, it's going to be strange feeling. And I'm doing this with a wooden racket. Okay, this is the old style. But this is a task. This is a load. Okay, so see how I'm just changing my feet? I'm coming back to neutral. I'm going to do forehand. Then I'm going to come back. And I'm going to do backhand. I'm going to come back to center. I'm going to step with the opposite. And do you see how my racket is up and I'm working on my wrist? And now, right now, let me ask you, how is your ear, shoulder, and hip lining up? Yeah, and how are you bracing? So that is a very important element to getting stronger, to warming up, which we're using this as a warm-up today. And if it takes putting a racket in your hand to go through some of these little drills to get yourself to move and to warm up, that would be an absolute win, win, win. Okay? Get that racket in your hand again and think about some of those things that I just told you about that a lot of times are missed in a first lesson of how to swing a racket, how to swing anything. It could be, I don't care what it is, your core is going to help you prevent joint injuries. Drop that shoulder, both shoulders drop. I'm bracing, I'm stepping across and then back. And my wrist is getting a great hinge move, but it's lightweight, okay? So once we've used, when you just think about the things that are right there at your house, right there at your fingertips, that will help encourage you to get moving. Oh my goodness, it's great. Okay, so now take your hat, take your magazine, take your pickleball. You're gonna bring it right up here and you're gonna act like you're gonna smash the ball, okay? Now you would not normally use both hands, but some people do, okay? And I'm gonna step forward with one hand, one leg and then the other leg. I got both hands here and I'm gonna smash, okay? So when I smash, I don't care which leg is going forward, I don't care. I care, what are you doing with your posture? Are you still bracing? Are you breathing really good through that nose? Step, you're gonna smash, okay? As you lean in, see, you're leaning in. It's okay to lean in. What's not okay is for you to keep rounding your back. That's what's not okay, okay? So here it comes again. Switch your lead leg, switch. Here we go, it's right here. Lean in until you feel pressure right here. A little, but you have no back discomfort. You should feel a little pressure, but no pain through your gluteal, okay? So here I am. Here, I'm gonna grab my racket. I'm gonna grab my hat. I'm gonna bring it up here because that ball's coming, and I'm gonna smash, okay? See how I'm leaning? Yeah, my knee is going out where I could drop a plumb line right off the knee and it would go in front of the toe. But this is not rounding, okay? And then come back. Take a big breath. So let me tell you, that one move, after we got warmed up, side to side, preferred hand, non-preferred hand, then you put double hands, step out and you're gonna smash the ball and you're gonna lean into it. See how I'm leaning, but I'm not rounding. My shoulders are down. And if I do this 10 times on this leg, 10 times on this leg, or however you want to count it, one and two and. But you're going to come here, you're going to lean, boom, smash it. Go into that press, then come back. Big breath through the nose, lean from the hip, lean, smash it, then come back. Here we go. Step, tight tummy. I should say brace. Drop your shoulders, leaning. See, I'm putting pressure so I feel it right here. That's what I'm looking for, right here, a little bit in the hip. That's what I'm looking for. I can do it straight up. I can do it like this, but that's kind of unnatural, isn't it? If you're going to smash a ball, you're going to get into it, right? But it doesn't mean you have to hurt your joints, okay? And then come back. Okay, big breath. I wanted to have some fun with a pickleball racket. Some of you don't have pickleball rackets. That's okay. Get a short umbrella. One of those shortened umbrellas wrapped up. That would work just fine. That would work perfect. Everybody has an umbrella. You can do everything we just now did with an umbrella. Okay? Every single thing. It has to do with how you're preparing your body, which is the same thing as what you're going to need for stepping, for weightlifting, everything else. Okay, I'm going to put my pickleball racket down. And then I want to make sure you can see my stool. Yeah. So, I'm going to use this as if you were on your stairs. Okay. Now I'm going to use the chair too. I'm going to use the chair. And what I want to point out to you is that this right here is 8 inches tall. See that? You see how wide it is? It's very stable. It's specifically made for stepping up onto it. I don't suggest people to do stepping up on stools in a normal stool because they're very unstable. This is not one of those. This is made specifically to step up. But here's the deal. If I were you and I were training you at your home to use a step stool, or I should say a stair, okay? You'd be on a stair and you'd hold a railing on one side and a railing on one side. Now, some of you are saying, well, I can't do that. That's fine. then you're going to do this, or you're going to use this. So I'm going to use this because I'm trying to show you how to use a stair. You're going to use your pad, okay? So you're going to use your step-up pad. So those of you who are really working with a lot of challenges in mobility, you're going to step and you're going to step. So you're going to use your little pad just like a stair. So you're going to come up, you're going to come down. I have my pole on one side, I have my chair on the other side. So it's an up and it's a down, and it's an up and it's a down. See that? Okay. Big breath. So I want you to get some ideas today for how you can use your stairs right in your little house, right in your apartment, wherever you're at. You have a ready-made tool, if you have stairs, to help yourself to much stronger legs in every way. So you keep using this 2 inches. This is 8 inches. This is 2 inches. You're going to get great benefit even on 2 inches, okay? So I'm going to come here. I'm going to use this like it were a stair. I have my pole. I have my shelf, just like if I was on a stairwell. I'm going to step up. And when you step up 8 inches and down, it's a big change, okay? So I'm telling you that if you can't think of, or if you have real limitations in your mobility, whether it's a knee, whether it's hip, a back issue, you're still trying to be mobile, correct? You're still trying to be functional. So what I'm saying is, get yourself so that you can have a stable balance aid, and then do steps with a lead leg and switch and go with the other leg. So it's alternating. You'll figure it out, okay? Don't get too crazy worried about, well, which leg goes first? You'll figure it out. You do a simple tap and it will alternate you. You come down, tap, and then you start with that. Here's what you have to hear. The very same thing with stepping onto a lower height, which is your pad. Same thing, okay? And if I were trying to really load right now, I was going to put my weight vest on, but I forgot to put it on. I'm trying to show you though that your own body weight, if you will do steady state stepping with a tap, it'll alternate so you don't overuse one side versus the other side. And do you see this right here? I have 2 safety mechanisms. Actually 3, because it's a 2-inch height step. So that's the first safety mechanism. The second and third is I have a bar on one side and a chair on the other. I'm stepping and tapping. And then the last thing I'm going to point out is the very first thing that I tried to point out with our little practice session with our pickleball racket, or our hat, or our magazine, or a perfect thing that most everybody has is an umbrella. Get yourself an umbrella and do a little swinging. Kathy has her pickleball racket, okay? You can pick up an old tennis racket or an old racquetball racket anywhere at any garage sale. These are really, really good fitness moves. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm doing a steady state step, tap. See, I'm stepping, tapping, and transfers my weight. So the last thing I'm going to point out is the first thing that I started with in this session in swinging a pickleball. The thing that is not pointed out to most people on a first time swinging a racket is what is the position of your core? How are you utilizing your postural setting? You have to use your posture. You have to use your core, your tummy, to assist, and you're going to have much less injury and you're going to have much more powerful swings if you'll start with that. And see, I'm just keeping this right here as I'm doing this with you because I know most of you have this 2-inch stepper. I'm telling you, it is a huge benefit to use stairs, to use that 2-inch high pad. See here, I'm stepping, tapping, I'm stepping, tapping, stepping, tapping. You're asking your muscles to raise your whole body weight 8 inches off the floor. I am. You're asking for 2 inches. That's fine. You know why? You know why? That you need to do this whether you have only a 2-inch height. Now, of course, if you're on a stair is about 8 inches. Okay? It's anywhere from 6 to 10 inches, actually, depending on the stair that you have to navigate. Most of them are about 8. But do you see what I'm doing? I'm doing a tapping, stepping back, tapping, dropping my shoulders, taking a big breath, stepping back down, okay? And after you've completed that type of a warm-up, you should be breathing pretty good, okay? So now, I'm gonna keep my little pad right here. I have my weight gloves on. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna pick up a 9-pound weight. So that's just a little beyond what my light weight is, okay? So I have a 9 and a 9. See, I'm 9 here, 9 here, right? So I'm gonna put that foot right in the middle. I'm gonna step back, make sure my toe is forward, and I'm gonna do that move that we did at the beginning with our pickleball racket. I'm gonna put my foot on that pad. I'm going to reach for the ball. I'm gonna reach for the hit with my body first. See that? So I'm pressing down or out, but I'm hip hinging. I'll turn to the side so you'll see what I'm doing. So this little move that I'm trying to take you through right now is a very important move. And I'm holding on to 18 plus pounds. Now what happens as I reach for the ball, see, I'm gonna keep my chin tucked. I'm gonna brace, drop my shoulders, push back. Drop my shoulders, take a breath, reach for the ball, and then come back. So those of you who came on before we had already put the pickleball racket away, this is a move that I introduced for you to do as you're trying to hit with double hands a pickleball, okay? So I'm gonna step, I'm gonna lean into it until I feel the muscles above the knee kick right there. And then I'm gonna come back. Then I'm gonna do it again. Breath, 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 pull back. Here I'm gonna go again. Drop your shoulders, take a big breath through the nose, push, and then come back. I'm gonna do it 2 more times. Stay with me. And if you're on that spongy pad, you are working. Take a breath, press, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, and then come back. Take a big deep breath, put the other foot right up on there. Now, what did you do with the back leg? Okay, what'd you do with that back leg? Drop your shoulders, the toe should be forward. Then I'm gonna go for the racket, with the racket for the ball, push and lean in, just like that. Keep these back. These are back here. You can let them hang down here, but I don't want to put that much pressure on you right now. Okay, bring those weights up. Put them on your shoulders. Big deep breath. So I'm right here. I'm going to go either side of my little balance pad, right there. Now I'm going to hip hinge. But before I hip hinge, even a little, I'm going to soften my knees. Number one, take a breath. Number two, brace. Act like somebody's going to hit you. Bring your elbows down. You're holding your waist right here. You ready? Knees are soft. Now, push your butt back like you're trying to touch a wall with your butt. Yeah, just like that. Don't go very far. Brace, 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 brace. Now come back up. Okay, now right now, squeeze your gluteals. Woo! Squeeze them right there. Take a breath. Tight tummy. So it's not just pulling your belly button in. It's bracing. It's a very different way to use your core muscles, okay, than just sucking in and hollowing out your tummy. Okay, you ready? Soften your knees. Got your weights right here. Hold on to. Drop your chin. Breath. Push your butt back. Yeah. Just hang out here for just a second. Hang out here and then come back. Good. Now grab your weights and you're going to bring them right here in front and you're going to act like you're going to put your weights down in front of your balance pad. Okay? And then you're going to pick them back up and come back up. And you're going to do all of this with your knees bent. See? My shoulders are down. Take a big breath through your nose. Coming down, go into your heels. Breath, stay into your heels, release. Stay into your heels, drop your butt. Drop your butt, grab the weights. Come up. Drop your shoulders. Woo! Take a big deep breath. Bring your weight here. Bring your weight here. Open. So I'm right here. My knees are soft. I'm going to go to my ears. I'm going to hang out here for just a second. Open your toes. Bring them right to your shoulders. Come right here. Take a breath. And come right here. Take a breath. Come right here. Drop your shoulders. Bring them right to your shoulders. Then right above your ears. Just to your shoulders. Loosen up your grip. Here we go. Soften your knees. Right to here. And right to here. I have a 9 and a 9 pound, just so you know. Now I'm going to bring it in. Bring it in right here in front of me. The knees are soft. I'm bracing, dropping my shoulders. And now I'm going to hip hinge. Go into my heels. Keep my shoulders very down. Go all the way down. Put the weights down. Now drop your butt. Release. Drop your butt. Hold on. Breath. Grab. And come back up. Nice. Okay. Step back. Step back. Okay. Now, if you were on with me at the beginning, great. We used a pickleball racket to get warmed up. If you don't have a pickleball racket, what could you use? thing that comes to my mind of something I would want you to swing, has a nice little grip on it, it's not too heavy, is not a long umbrella, but a short umbrella, one of those travel umbrellas. Okay, so now right now we have our weights, correct? So now I'm gonna go forward as if I were going to hit a pickleball with a racket, okay? I'm not going to do that because I have weights on. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna act like I was gonna swing, but I'm just gonna go right here. Then I'm gonna pull right into my solar plexus, right into my chest. Then I'm gonna go right to here. Where's here? My knee, okay? See that? I'm gonna go right there and come back down. And what am I doing with my shoulders? Number one, they're down. I'm breathing through my nose. This weight is locked into my leg. I'm not letting it dangle here. So put it right there. That helps you keep that shoulder down and back. I stepped out as if I was going to swing a racket. But instead of swinging, I just come right up here to the shoulder. Bring her back down. See that? So drop your shoulders, bring it across and right there to your shoulder and come back down. Drop your shoulders again, pull. So the weight that you should have chosen would have been for you categorized as about a medium weight, okay? Because we're trying to strengthen all the muscles, especially your core right now. How do you do that? I don't even think about bringing this weight across my chest until I have braced, until I have dropped my shoulders. I'm really getting a stretch up through the back of the leg because my back leg is bent just a tiny bit. The heel is down. Here I go. Exhale. Breathe in. Keep your shoulders down. Exhale. Bring it right there and bring it down. Okay? So when I use a lighter weight, I'm not going to do a fast move, but I'm going to be more repetitive. Okay? I've got two more here. Take a breath, because if this isn't really pushing you with your arm, because your weight, maybe you didn't choose very heavy, which is good, that's no problem, but it's your stance. Yeah, it's those legs that you have to think about when you're doing racket sports or actually any activity, okay? So come back up, the back leg should have been talking to you. Turn that toe out. Give it a little recovery, just like that. See that? And then come back. And then we're going to step out with the other leg, as if I was left-handed. I have a little itch on my nose, so I have to get that itch taken care of, and then I pick it back up, and then I go back, and I'm going to act like I'm going to hit the pickleball, and I'm left-handed. So shoulders are down. This weight is put into my leg right there. Drop your shoulders, keep that arm back, and now I'm going to lean in from the hip. I'm going to keep my chin tucked, and I'm going to bring that weight or the racket right across. Okay, see here? All right, so I'm trying to help strengthen all those muscles involved in swinging any kind of thing. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Across. Bring it back. See, I'm leaning in from the hip. Across. Right there. Bring it back. Keep your shoulders down. This stays right here. Right here. Breath. Exhale. Bring it down. And exhale. Bring it right up there to the shoulder and come down. Here I go, right across and come down. Got several more to do. Right here, think about what you're doing with your legs. Are you braced? Are you rounding your back or flexing? We don't want to do that. We want to bend in from the hip, hinge, boom, right there. Drop your shoulders. Exhale. Breath. Here we go. Drop your shoulders. Exhale. Breath. Just two more. Stay with me. Right there. Take a breath. So I can tell you that I'm getting much tireder, much quicker on this side. Why do you think that is? Because this is my non-preferred side. And then bring it back down and then come back in. So right now, the back leg should be speaking very loudly. So bring it up, turn it out, just like that. See that? Just turn it out and release it. Nice. Okay, now we're gonna put these weights down for a bit. Okay, now we're gonna work on another element of the game. That's the game we're playing today is pickleball. I'm going to bring my little kitchen chair here. Most all of you have some kind of a kitchen chair, sturdy chair, right? So I'm going to come here. I'm going to see how is it if I try to step my leg up into that chair, okay? Now, if you are fortunate enough to have your chair positioned right next to a wall, a door, that's great. That's what I want. That's what I would prefer. If you don't, I can tell you that some of you are sitting out there and you're going, yeah, right, Jeannie, I can't get my foot up in that chair. A, that's what we're trying to work on. And B, you might need a lower chair. So I would be using the 8-inch stool with you. So if you have a lower target that's steady, that's good. We're not going to jump up on it, but I do want you to get your foot up into the chair, okay? This is one of those kind of moves that's a really good goal type of a move. And when you have knee issues, hip issues, and back issues, this move is pretty near, you think, impossible, okay? So here's the thing. Go lower, okay? Yeah, I would love for you to do an 8-inch, but if you only have pillows, then use pillows. That's okay. Do that. Okay, I'm going to use a chair, and I have my bar here just to work me into this right here. See that? So here's the thing. I have to shift. I have to brace. There that word is again. I have to drop my shoulders, and I don't just pull in my tummy and hold my breath. Act like somebody's gonna slug you right in the stomach, right here. Then think, what would I do in order to absorb that, right? Number one, I'd like to get away from it. But number two, you brace, you shift, you step up, you brace, take a breath, shift, brace again, rib cage up. Bring that leg up. See that? Yeah. Big breath. Just like that. Okay? Just like that. All the way up. So this kind of a move, the move that we're doing with this steps and what readied you for this move is a lot of that pickleball bracing and a lot of that pickleball hip rotation. Moving. See that? And come back. Take a breath right there. Now, instead of just coming up right to there, what I want you to do is shift, soften your knee, drop your shoulders, big, real tight tummy, and bring that leg up now. See, I've got my pole. That's helping me just a little. Then bring it down and bring it down. Okay? Shift. Here we go. Tight tummy. And I'm going to bring it up. Hit the chair. Okay. I'm going to bring it up another couple inches. So I have to use a wall, a pole, soften my knee, bring that leg up, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and bring it down. Okay? That kind of a move is so helpful in training yourself to just do your life better. Okay? All right. Now we're going to go into putting my hand on that chair, striking that match, bringing that heel into my hip, just like that. So it's a big hip move. So my hands are down, soften my elbow, bring that leg back, and then bring the heel in. Then as I bring it back out, I'm going to squeeze, drop, squeeze, pull that heel in. Make sure you're keeping your knee aimed down. Don't turn it out, not yet. We'll do that, but not right now, okay? Soften your elbows, drop your shoulders, strike the match. Now pull the heel to the hip. Then we're gonna come all the way back out and we're gonna go squeeze, 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 squeeze. Then we're gonna bend that other leg and push ourselves all the way up and squeeze that heel in again. Then we're gonna dip down with that front leg and we're gonna come up and pull in, squeeze in tight. Dip that leg down, pull, squeeze, and then bring that leg down, okay? Then come up, take a big break, put your hands right back here, drop your shoulders, push forward with your hips. Yes, that's that hyperextension. That's very, very helpful in undoing the forward pull on us to hunch down and to lean in. That's what we're trying to avoid, okay? Are you ready? Other leg, hands on the chair. Okay, drop your shoulders. You're going to strike the match. You're going to bring the leg all the way up and bring the heel in. So we're doing this a little different this time. Once we're going to take it down, now we're going to squeeze and lift. 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 So I've been doing the back leg. So now let's add the front leg. So bend that front leg's knee to the chair and then straighten it up and lift it up. Squeeze it in. Come back down. Push up. Squeeze the heel in. Come back down. Push up with that lower leg and squeeze that knee. Squeeze the heel into the hip. Here we go. Down. Push. Squeeze. One more. Here we go. Down. Push with that lower leg. Pull with the upper leg. And then come back down. Okay? Big deep breath. Legs go to the side. Hang on to that chair. Hip rotations. All the way down. And then all the way down as far as you can until you feel the groin muscle right there. Drop your shoulders. Big breath. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Rotate. All the way down. Big breath. And then come back up. And drop. until you feel that groin. Then come back to center. Here we go. Big breath. You're gonna go all the way down until you feel that groin stretching, and then come back. Nice. Okay, ready to pick up weights again. Okay. So what I want you to do is get your balance pad ready. So it's right there. Okay. We've had a lot of practice doing what? We've been stepping up, tapping, coming down, right? Stepping up, tapping, and you think, oh, that's just so easy. You know what? If you start stepping up on a spongy pad and you start going too fast and you're not thinking, and you lock your leg or whatever, you over or under balance, you step up and you got weights in your hands, you're just going to get thrown. So I'm cautioning you, if you use your balance pad right now with weights, you need to be very mindful of how you're positioning yourself and what you're doing with your weights, with your posture. Okay, I'm going to go up to pretty heavy because we're nearing the end of the class and I want to get a good weight load coming down our frame. So I'm going to pick up a 15 for me and a 15. Okay, so you just pick up something that's going to be challenging. Just hold them right here. And I'm going to step up and step up. And then I'm going to come off the front end. So that means I cannot excessively lean, which is what everybody does when they're going up and down stairs. Drop your shoulders, soften your knees, brace, step down. And when you go to step down and then step back, your little balance pad is going to be pushing you everywhere. That is going to be ankles. That is going to be your brain. That is going to be your knees. That is going to be your hips. But you're holding steady right here with these weights. So I've got 30 pounds that I need to wrangle as I unlock my knee. See, you're going to always revert to a locked knee because you think that's going to make you more stable. It's not. Bend your knees, brace. There's that word again. Brace. Take a breath. A lot of times when people brace, they hold their breath. Drop your shoulders, brace. Unlock that knee, come back. So it's a step down. And you have to manage this whole body weight while you're doing this. And then if you don't come up enough, you catch the heel or you catch the toe on the edge of the stair. This is what this is trying to help practice for you to be able to maneuver that. Big breath. Here we go. Big breath. Here we go. Big breath. And so something like this, and you wouldn't even have to use the balance pad. If you just got heavy weights in your hands and did a step forward and a step back and a step forward and a step back, and you did that to 30 times, or if you did it from for 3 minutes, you know, anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, you walked around with this kind of pull on you. Now I'm going to kick my little balance pad out of the way. I'm not gripping. I'm letting my weights hang at my fingertips. I'm going to go for that pickleball with my racket and then come back up. So I'm just imagining this. I'm doing the footwork and I have the load. See that? And then I'm going to come back. Take a big breath, drop your shoulders, step over. See, you're going for that hit. Step over. You're going for that hit. So you're training using the movement principles that are practiced in pickleball, in any racket sports. Okay? Take a breath. brace. Understand what the difference is with bracing versus just pulling in your tummy. It's very different. Okay, bracing will help prepare you and make your hits stronger, and it will keep you from injuring or overusing elbows and shoulders, providing that you keep your arm in the right position. Okay, one more. See, I just want to work you through this. Take a big breath. Back up, back up, back up. Take a big breath. Forward, 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 forward. Now, make sure you're not going to fall on anything. Bring your heels up. Go from toe to heel, toe to heel, toe to heel. Then I'm going to go down, 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 down. I'm going to put my weights down. I'm going to come up. Bring those hands out. Turn the palms up. Soften your knees. Bring those palms up. Woo! This is a great move. Now, take your thumbs and push them back. Really open up the chest and the shoulders. Keep your chin tucked. Breath. Breath through the nose. Breath through the nose. Woo! Really ring them up. Now come down into a W. You can go to a T, but go to a W. Pull the thumbs back. See how I'm pulling my thumbs back? Keep your chin tucked. Yeah? Then bring your hands down. Pull the hands back. Push the fingers down. Pull the fingers up. Pull the fingers down. See that? Nice recovery. Now I'm going to come right here. I got 15 and 15 pounds I'm going to pick up and put over there in my rack. So I'm going to push my butt back. Watch where my knees are going. I'm going to grab, pull, squeeze the butt. And if you did nothing more than 2 sets of 10 of what I just did, this right here, bring your hands up, go back down, grab them, pull. You would be so much better off than A, doing nothing, or B, swinging your racket around and not knowing prep and brace for it. So that's what I hope you gleaned off of today's workout. I hope that was helpful. Pickleball, pick up one of those rackets.